Hello, hello, welcome to Celestial Waters. My name is Demi, so we're going to hop right into it. There's going to be a spirit baby reading, and the spirit baby is coming through very, very strongly. Firstly, they made me go and get this deck because I didn't have it. I've got so many decks out here, but I didn't have the Divine Masters. They're like, that's me, a Divine Master. So they wanted this deck, and then also they're pointing to the top. It's like they're singing a song that's to do with reaching the top. I'm also hearing Ain't No Stopping Us Now, we're on the move. I'm hearing that song, so you and your partner could really be working on moving yourselves up in vibration. But I'm getting this spirit baby coming through. They're like, I'm hearing top fella, one kind of a fella and a top fella. So it could likely be a boy that's coming through with just a very divine masculine energy, but they are high up within their consciousness. They're close to God. They're like, they keep pointing up here, up here, up here. That could also be a message for them, for you to continue working on your vibration and your frequency, because you are moving on up. And your household, something about the energy of your household is shifting. It's like this fogginess and this mist is dispersing. It's being removed within your household. So maybe you guys have been doing feng shui. Maybe you've moved things around. Maybe you've just done a spring clean. But that's what's coming through. You could have done a deep clean, and maybe you brought in a cleaner. So what do the collective most need to hear when it comes to this spirit baby reading? Jeez. I've got frequency music playing, but for a second I thought that it had stopped, but it hadn't. It's like it just went very, very silent. So this is the thing as well. You're going to be hearing more from the spirit world. But it's like you need to bring silence within your home, and you need to allow any drama or chaos that people maybe bring into your home to kind of take themselves out. Because I'm being shown the trash taking itself out, to take themselves out. So maybe you're noticing certain people are leaving your life at present. This spirit baby is saying, let them. They can't be around when they come through. Let them. The blue beings, light transmission, wounds healed, important information, charging up. This is also why they want you being silent, because this energy is coming through from spirit, and it's from light beings. And I'm hearing ascended masters. It's from light beings and ascended masters. So you could really resonate with being a starseed. And I do feel like you and your partner, you're in divine union. You're on the front lines. I'm being shown two warriors. And you're all armored up, and you're holding your sword and your shields. You're on the front line, and then there's like baby. There's like toddler kind of comes through between the both of you. So they're definitely coming through. They're coming through soon. With this card as well, I always see here a sword. So it's that Archangel Michael energy. And this is what you're really inviting within your home, because this is the energy of your spirit baby. So you're like doing all this spring cleaning, and you could be moving stuff around. You're making sure you're not hoarding anything. You're getting ready for this spirit baby to come through. Some of you could have been working very closely with Archangel Michael and calling him in. Or maybe you felt like Archangel Michael was coming around you, and this is who you were calling in, but it's your spirit baby, because the energy is very, very close. They're very, very high up. Very, very powerful soul that's going to be coming through for you. They could have a very powerful connection to Sirius Star. And I don't know what the, I think it's Lyran, the Starseed race. And they kind of look like lions. They have that face. But there's that connection to the lion's heart. And being really connected to pride and to honor and to respect. Being the king of the jungle. That's what's coming through. This is the energy of the spirit baby. They're very, very powerful. We have here, so I'm not surprised you're getting them confused with an archangel. We have here Hilarion, divine emergence. Be seen, let the world know your gifts. So this is what you're doing. You see this? It's like the cross. It's like there's a cross on his face. So you could be noticing when this child comes through Earthside, that they literally have the anointing on their face. You could literally noticing that there's a cross on their face, and it's going to be the light glowing from their soul. But you could be noticing that you're seeing crosses everywhere, literally everywhere, following you everywhere. I'm getting it with someone. It's like you're like trying to run away from them. You're trying to drive away from this cross of light. It's just following you around everywhere. You could be seeing orbs and like flickers of light, basically golden light and green light at this present moment. And there will be a calling for you to really expand your heart, and the fact that it's an electromagnetic field. Really tap into the fact that you are a magnet and you are special. And so is your partner, and this is why you're bringing through this very, very powerful soul. Remember, they have chosen you. They're saying, I've chosen you to guide me, to raise me, to love me, to nurture me, to lead me onto my yellow brick road path. What else, Spirit? You could also recently worked with Ascended Master Hilarion. This could be Ascended Master that is around you at present. He's assisting you in tapping into your emerald green light that exists within you, that exists within your heart. He's tapping you more into your heart and using it to banish any entities and lingering energies that you don't want around you. That's what's coming through here. We have the Divine Director. Trust in the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. So, so powerful. It's almost like taking my breath away and hard for me to tap into the energy because the spirit baby is like so up here. And it's like they're jumping around. I feel like I have a toddler that's just jumping around while I'm trying to do this reading. So this is what they're going to be when they're earthside. They're going to be like bouncing around. They're going to be that wild child. But they're going to be that toddler or that baby who's literally like jumping on your head. And it literally bounces off the wall. So you will be spent a lot of your time running around after them. And there's something about their DNA that's very, very powerful. Their DNA is going to be activated to that of a Christ being. They could have this like colour of skin, you know, if they're very, very melanated to the point where it's like blue, black and they glisten. They're going to have very, very powerful colour when it comes to their skin. This could be you and your partner as well. It doesn't have to be, but they're going to have this, they're saying this colouring about their skin, about their eyes. So even if you and your partner are very, very fair, like blonde with blue eyes, I feel like this spirit baby is still going to have something olive about them. They're going to be like somewhat tanned. They're going to look different. They will look different from you. So they're going to be similar when it comes to the core of who you are and what your mission is. It's like you've laid the groundwork. You and your partner, you've laid the groundwork. And now this spirit baby can come through and like sprout the flower. It's like you've laid all this concrete in these slabs and now these flowers can now like sprout through. What else, spirit? You could also be seeing broken chains everywhere. Like chains that have been broken as that sign that you are free. And some of you could be seeing images of, you know, like barcodes. And then there's literally like a character breaking out of the barcode and being shown that. That's coming through is significant. But the spirit baby is saying you've broken the chains. You set yourself free and your ancestors free. You freed the bloodline, which is now why the DNA can activate to that of a Christian being, of a Christed being. Very, very powerful. Did you want any more from this deck? One more. We have Hanuman. Devoted warrior, let God's love hold you in strength. This is the Starseed being I was doing that looked like a lion. This is what I was seeing. I forgot what the Starseed race is called, but that's what I was seeing, these kind of lion beings. So maybe you're seeing them as well. You could be dreaming of them. These blue beings, but also these lion beings. Let me show you this one again. And you'll be feeling very, very connected to different light beings and different ascended masters at present, because your spiritual core is getting an up level, is getting an upgrade, and it has to assist in preparing you and your energy field for this spirit baby to be coming through, because they're a powerhouse. This is them. This is their soul, a powerhouse. Very, very sovereign, very close to Christ, and a very powerful heart. What else, spirit? Let's use this deck to get more on the spirit baby. Who is this spirit baby? Blossom. Look at that, the gold. You will be seeing like gold fleckers of light and gold orbs everywhere. They're very, very powerful. Some of you may go back and look at pictures from 2 years ago and you could realize that there's orbs there that you didn't see before, you didn't notice before. And remember, you see things when you're in a vibrational alignment to see it. So there's something about looking back 2 years ago and there's a picture or video you come across and you're going to see this orb. But to me in this photo as well, she kind of looks like in the first trimester. She looks a bit pregnant to me. So I feel like this spirit baby, when they're in your womb, those of you that are the women, and you'll be carrying the child, you're going to be wielding your magic. They're going to be teaching you from the other side still, because they don't fully come into the vessel until they're ready to actually come through and be birthed. So within like the third trimester, they're going to be still right here, tethered to your energy field on the other side, assisting you to wield your magic. And it's connected to your heart. And the fact that it is a magnet and you can pull in your blessings, you can pull things in more than you know. You may have been playing small. You think you're like playing big and you're going after your dreams more, but you still may be playing small. This is what they're going to wake you up to. It's like this fireness is getting this fire about you and this spark about you. We have here heal. Yeah, these are the broken chains that I kept being shown. So you could be seeing images like this with chains that are breaking, because this is what you've done. And number 17 is a very powerful number. It is connected to enlightenment and a spiritual path. And you have done it. You've broken free. You've stood in your truth. And you've really activated your throat chakra. So you could have been struggling with boundaries. And just being your aloof self around people. But now you don't care. You're like, fuck it. I'm only this person who I am once in this lifetime. Fuck it. That's what is coming through here. And I feel like within your auric field, there could be a lot of blue, a lot of white, a lot of pinks, like what's on this card here. When it comes to your spirit baby, it's like a lot of pure gold. And then we have here clarity of belief, and they have this beautiful butterfly. Yeah, there's something about you wielding the magic of your heart and through your hands. So maybe some of you guys are natural healers. You don't have to be in the profession, but just being around you, you're very warm, you're very open, and you know that you uplift other people with your personality, but also with your energy, with how you feel. Again, there's like this warmth that comes from you, and this warmth that's coming from your home. And then when this spirit baby comes through, they're like a powerful firework to really get things shaken up, to really get things moving. They're not going to like authority. They're going to be a rebel. And do you know what I'm being shown? Those people that go into those warehouses, and they kind of, the ones that create bombs and all these nuclear weapons and stuff like that, and they kind of like trash it. That's what's going on. You know, where they kind of like chain themselves to the gates. That's what's coming through. Maybe this is you or your person, like you're activist, and you might have done something like that in the past. Maybe you recently did it, because you're completely against war. You know that is of Satan. That is of the darkness. That is of the devil. That is not of God. God is the heart. God is unity and togetherness. And this is who this soul is. They're very, very powerful. And just their presence, just them coming through and being born, that's going to shake things up. Because I'm being shown an earthquake. That's going to move the consciousness up. So they're gonna hold that Messiah type energy. Let's get some messages from this deck here. What else? Do look out for like green butterflies. What else do the collective most need to hear when it comes to this spirit baby reading? We have, I asked about your Akashic records, and Archangel Metatron says there's no need to worry. You're exactly where you're meant to be at the exact right time. And I know sometimes that message is annoying to hear when you haven't been shown your manifestation is actually coming in, when your external reality hasn't shifted. This message can be very, very annoying, and so can the message of divine time. But that's what's coming through here. You're on the right path. You're actually right on track when it comes to your soul's contract. You're not delayed. I'm getting a message that you're not delayed. It was always supposed to be happening at this age and at this time. And Archangel Metatron could heavily be around you at present, because he's assisting you with really tapping into your soul's blueprint. You could be noticing like things around you moving that shouldn't necessarily be moving. Like, let's say you have like a water bottle, and you literally see it move by itself. You're like, what? Am I tripping? Did that just move? Things around you could be moving, because that is the glimpse that your external reality is about to shift. These weird things tend to happen. These glitches in the matrix, people call it. Glitches in the matrix, when your reality is actually about to shift and align up with the work you've actually been doing. Because sometimes your eternal reality will really, really shift. I'm struggling to get this message out here. So you guys may need to sit and do some more work with the throat chakra. And pointing to this card again, break free, break free. So some of you may still be struggling and haven't actually broken the chains yet. And this spirit baby is saying, break the chains. You can do it. You have the power. You're sitting and you're standing on a gold mine. Your spiritual essence and your soul is very, very powerful, which is why this soul would have chosen you. But some of you may still not be seeing it yet. Maybe there's still a bit of doubt that still is creeping in. They're wanting you to banish it, to rebuke it. Use your voice, use your throat. We have, Mama, Daddy, you're ready. It's the perfect time. See, divine time is wanting to come in. It is right there. It is right there. So you will be noticing some glitches. And again, it's to do with things moving around that shouldn't necessarily be moving, or moving on their own. What else? Which deck do you want to use next? This one. So what else does a collective need to hear when it comes to their spirit baby? You may be seeing clocks everywhere. Maybe you're dreaming of them. And particularly, like, you know, the big tower clocks. We have third eye activation, and that is flown out with Thoth light codes. Brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. Light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. So you need to awake. Sorry, I just burped. You need to awaken to a certain extent for this spirit baby to be coming through. For you actually to create the right fetus, the right vessel for the soul to be housed. So some of you guys, you could have recently been doing something at night. Maybe you're exercising, you go to the gym at night. Maybe you go for walks at night. That's coming through for someone. But some of you could be drinking something at night that washes out your body while you are sleeping. Maybe you're taking a tincture. Maybe it's like charcoal. You drink water with charcoal before you go to sleep. It's something that's pulling the crap out of your body while you're sleeping, and you're doing this at night. But you are walking into your new dawn. Things will change. Spirit keeps saying it. The spirit baby keeps saying it. Things will change. This too shall pass. It is about to shift. They know how hard you have been working, and you may have been feeling like you're just doing it in vain because nothing's shifting, but it's about to shift. Remember, we are in spiritual warfare, and everything has its role to play, and everything is a divine orchestration. But it's like, I forget what they're called, but they stand at the front of the orchestra and they kind of guide them. This person is about to turn to you and be like, right, your turn now. Play your tune, play your song, play your instrument. They're about to turn to you. So we get some signs when it comes to this spirit baby reading. What are the collective most need to hear right now? We have unicorn. This is their soul. They're a unicorn. They're a powerhouse. Okay, this is the thing as well. It's like that kind of person who has it all. They've got the looks, they've got the charm, they've got the soul, they've got the personality. They're a kind-hearted person, very clean in consciousness. There are a lot of people like to say it doesn't necessarily exist, but they do exist. They're actually everywhere. They're showing me all over the globe. They are everywhere. But yes, they are more of a rarity, particularly with this awakening and what's going on, because a lot of people are succumbing to their lower nature. A lot of people are succumbing to Satan. A lot of people are getting pulled towards the other side, or putting their head in their sand. They're showing me someone putting their head in their sand or putting it down, given into shame or guilt for past mistakes. But you are not doing that. You're refusing to do that. And this spirit baby is also that huge powerhouse. We have baby things. So you guys could be getting ready for their arrival. This is what it feels like, because it feels like you're moving stuff around within your home. So maybe you're creating space for a room. And I'm seeing a crib being built for this baby. So you guys could already be like within the first trimester, or you feel how close it is. You know it's coming. You can also be doing this as a way of manifesting as a way of grounding this pregnancy, this conception. What else? All of these. No, but I saw swans. And swans are that sign of true love. We have snail. This is it. You feel like things have been moving at a snail's pace and they're not moving, but they are. You're not seeing this right here, what's in the spirit. So they're wanting you to be sitting in silence and come back to the stillness and come back to yourself, because this is when you're going to see. This is when you're actually going to pay attention to the signs and not just dismiss them. And remember, the signs are going to be in everyday life. They're often very, very simple, the way that your spirit babies will be trying to communicate with you. We have whale. And the whale is very connected to the waters. Obviously, they are planetary gatekeepers, but they're connected to the womb. And listen to like dolphin and whale music. That is very good for the womb, particularly when the baby, the fetus, is grown within the womb. So that is coming through. Maybe you've been doing this already. But I feel like this is like this spirit baby soul, a planetary gatekeeper. They're that powerful. We have magazines. So you'll be feeling this energy of a protector and of a defender, because that's that Archangel Michael energy. You could be seeing babies and magazines that will look like how your baby's going to look. And again, there's that message coming through. I feel like they're going to look different to you or different to your partner. But there's a difference in how they look, connecting to your bloodline, connecting to your ancestors and to your family members. There's a difference. Maybe they just have a different eye colour. Maybe they've got a different hair colour. You could come from a family of like brunettes and this child's going to be blonde, something like that. But I'm getting more the opposite. They're saying, no, switch that. So you come from a family of blondes and they're going to be more brunette. Because again, there's like this darkness. There's a darkness when it comes to their shade, when it comes to their skin, but when it comes to the eyes and when it comes to the hair. And we have Harry Potter. Harry Potter is coming through significant. This could be like a favourite movie or a favourite book of yours. But obviously this child is very, very anointed and chosen. Harry Potter was chosen and very, very protected. This is what is coming through. He was saved by his mother's love. And there's a lot of unconditional love within your household that you will have for this child. I'm staring at the key with wings. Ornate key here with wings, so that's coming through significant. Maybe you keep seeing this sign everywhere, but you have tapped into that self-mastery, or you're being asked to completely tap into that self-mastery so you can fly free. And this is what this spirit baby is assisting you with, and this is what they're going to assist many people with when they come here. This wanted to come out earlier, the swan, so this is supposed to be here. This is true love. This is divine love. This is unconditional love. And this is the power of love between you and your partner, but also between you and this spirit baby. When the earth side, you're going to be like this. You're going to be two peas in the pod. You're going to be very, very big on skin to skin as well when they're a baby. You're always going to want them on you and around you, very, very close. Physical touch is very important to you. I feel like that will be important to you and your partner as well. And to express the fact that you're in love and you love each other and you like each other and you want to be around each other. We have here windmill. So maybe you live near a farm or you live near a windmill. And we have dragon. But I feel like they hold this dragon energy, this fiery energy. Maybe they're going to be a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. They could be a fire sign. But this is what they're sparking within you, and they will spark within the collective, I'm hearing. So when they come through Earthside, part of their mission is to spark this fire within the collective. Get people to tap into their transformation, to the fact that they can transform their life. And we have red at the base. So obviously red is connected to the root chakra. They have a very, very strong foundation and stability in who they are and where they come from. Very connected to the roots and their ancestors. Anything else, Spirit? Let's get some poems. So can we get a few Spirit baby poems for the collective? Thank you. We have the Tree of Life. Dad knows his stuff. Only me and Mum can call his bluff. Got him wrapped round our finger. Make sure strange men or boys don't linger. He's the correct possessive kind and annoyingly always right. I feel so protected in his care. He'll have to remind me not to swear with that stern stop and stare. But that doesn't fool me. I'm the apple of his eye. Lookers in are surprised by his soft side. Divine masculine, Mummy called him in. She knew he was soul kin. Then they made me. Now that's what I call a win. So your partner or you could be the divine masculine. But again, with this Spirit baby coming through, it's either going to be boy or hold a very powerful divine masculine energy, Archangel Michael energy. And it's almost confusing to separate the two because they're that high up, they're that powerful. They are like a favourite of God. You know, sometimes people will say they're one of God's favourites. This soul is one of God's favourites. Very, very powerful. And again, the Tree of Life. Very rooted and very grounded to earth and to their ancestors. They're going to know where they come from. They're going to be very respectful and honourable of you, of their parents and their grandparents, of their bloodline. I feel like they may be someone who will want to get their tree, their ancestry, like done and checked if you don't have this already within your family. Like go right back to the start. They're going to be interested in that kind of thing. And I'm staring here, he's the correct possessive kind. So you're the divine masculine within your connection is going to be that correct possessive kind. Very caring and very loving. But they're going to be very aware of their surroundings. What else, Spirit? Some of you could have literally met your person through them saving you. That's coming through for somebody. Like they literally could have been your hero. The divine masculine within your connection could also work in police, in the law enforcement. Or like fire, be like a firefighter. This could also be a, that's too many. This could also be a life purpose of this Spirit baby. To work in those kinds of industries where they're saving people. They're literally saving people's lives. Also the army is coming through. More so like the navy part of the army. We have 888. Generational wealth is on the way. I'll always have a lot to say. There's so much going on in my little brain. Once I'm born, nothing will be the same. You feel it too, that I'm destined for fame. Not in a materialistic but godly ordained way. More than a monthly lump sum, I am the one our ancestors chose to guide out of poverty and into a nice home. Yet they carry so much abundant energy, very tapped into the heart. And more so the electromagnetic field, because they're not just pointing to the heart, they're pointing to the electromagnetic field around it and the fact that it's a magnet. So they're going to be that alchemist and just be pulling things in left, right and centre. They're not going to struggle with manifesting and pulling in their dreams and making it a fruition, making it actually here in the physical. They're not going to struggle with material wealth and this world, how to navigate this world, how you and your partner may have struggled. Particularly, I'm getting particularly like within your 20s. So they could come into a lot of money, like generational wealth, when they're in their 20s. Or this could be you guys for some of you. You could be seeing 888 everywhere. What else, Spirit? Let's get one more poem. Thank you. We have here, up at the crack of dawn, I heard a neighbour mowing the lawn. I love my first house, plenty of room for me to run about. And my room is a dream. Mummy created the theme with elements of farm animals and space. The tall lamp really lights up the place. Certain things will need fixing to the wall, especially when I learn to crawl. Daddy calls me nosy fingers, always putting them where they don't belong. Trips to IKEA for keep the kids out gadgets. Little hands in live sockets will cause a panic. Safety first until I'm old enough to learn. I was being shown a crib, like you guys building a crib, so maybe you get it from IKEA or a place that is similar to IKEA. I'm staring at the nosy fingers. Again, I feel like this baby, when they're a baby, they're going to be bouncing around everywhere. And you know, like a lot of babies, when they start to find their hands, and they realize they can like grab stuff, they're going to be grabbing and pulling at your face and like really pulling your hair. They're going to be that baby that has like a lot of strength and everyone's going to comment on it. But again, this is also like the power that's coming from their soul and the fact the soul just wants to break free and get out there. They want to literally come out of the womb and be like running around, but they can't. They have to go through the human motions. And I feel like as a baby and as a toddler, that could get frustrating and annoying for them. They're going to be very fond with older children. Some of you could already have children. If not, there could be children within your family or in the community who are going to be very, very drawn to this child. They're going to attract people who are going to want to protect them as a child. They feel this protective energy from the soul as well, but there's also going to be people around them who are really, really want to protect this child. Maybe like even strangers who don't understand why they're feeling really called to protect this child. Because it's not just they're protecting this child and the soul, they're protecting the anointing and the divine mission that this soul was going to have in this lifetime. But that's all the messages coming through. I hope that did resonate with someone out there. If you want your own personal spirit baby reading, my website is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video.